Thank you very much for inviting me to talk about the epidemiology of high-grade glioma in Saudi Arabia. Just to keep in mind, data is limited. I try to summarize all the data available, but in general, I'm going to talk about one slide on high-grade gliomas, then the incidence, risk factors, Saudi Cancer Registry, CNS tumors in general in Saudi Arabia, and then high-grade gliomas. So, as you know, gliomas are the most common primary malignant brain tumors in adults. They can occur anywhere in the central nervous system, and high-grade gliomas, as my colleagues has mentioned, anaplastic astro, anaplastic oligo, anaplastic mixed, and glioblastoma. The incidence rate of glioma varies significantly by histologic type, age at diagnosis, gender, race, and country, or let's say region in the world. Overall age-adjusted incidence rate of all gliomas ranging from 4.67 to 5.73 per 100,000 population in North America and Europe. The age-adjusted incidence of glioblastoma in specific ranging from 0.59 to 3.69 per 100,000 population again in North America and Europe. The incidence of anaplastic astro and glioblastoma increases with age, as we all know, peaking in the 75 to 84 age group, and then after 85 the incidence declines. In general, gliomas are more common in men than in women, and in the United States it's more common in non-Hispanic white than in blacks. As I mentioned, it varies by countries or regions. In Norway, it has the highest incidence of around 14 per 100,000 population. In Australia, 5.1. In Saudi Arabia, it's around 1.7 per 100,000 population, the age standardized rate. Many analytic studies failed to show any increased rate of gliomas over the years, so the incidence of glioma is steady. These are the incidence rates in the States: glioblastoma 3.19, anaplastic astro 0.37, and anaplastic oligo 0.11 per 100,000 population. Quickly about risk factors, probably Dr. Shakir mentioned briefly about it also. I'm going to just summarize what's been mentioned in the literatures about epidemiological risk factors. With regards to allergy, there have been many actually studies looking into association between high-grade glioma and allergy, and it showed actually decreased risk with the history of allergies or atopic diseases like eczema or asthma by nearly 40%. Drug associations, the data is inconsistent. Antihistamine and anti-inflammatory medications have been looked at for any association, but again, there is no clear association for high-grade gliomas. Ionizing radiation, there is a clear association between ionizing radiation, exposure to ionizing radiation, and the high-grade gliomas. A study from Japan actually following up the survivors of the atomic bomb actually showed increased rate of high-grade glioma by almost double. With regards to therapeutic radiation, there is a study actually published regarding patients who got treatment for tinea capitis, which is a fungal infection of the scalp, received radiotherapy at that time, and 40 years later also the rate of high-grade gliomas was doubled in those patients too. Diagnostic radiation, there is no clear association with high-grade gliomas, but we know there is an association with the cancer in general. With regards to non-ionizing radiation, just as mentioned by Dr. Shakir, cellular phones, there was actually a study by Ban et al. In the Lancet of 2011 that showed association with high-grade glioma in people who are using cell phones heavily. And then after that, a few studies actually showed no association. So The conclusion is that there is no clear association, and the latency period might not be enough, and it deserves continuous monitoring. With regards to low frequency magnetic fields, there is a possible relation, but the data is inconsistent. Finally, the occupational chemicals, pesticides, solvents, again, there is no clear correlation for high-grade gliomas in general. So what about Saudi Arabia? I'm going to start talking about the Saudi Cancer Registry because it's really important. A lot of people don't have enough information about it. The registry was established in 1992, and it started reporting in January of 1994. Initially was under the authority of Ministry of Health, but in 2014 the authority was moved to the Saudi Health Council. The latest report was for cancer incidence of 2011, which what I got the information from. It has representative from Ministry of Health, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of National Guard, King Faisal Specialist Hospital, and King Saud University, located in the Saudi Health Council. It has 5 regional offices, mainly in Ministry of Health hospitals, and 5 other offices related to oncology establishment: King Faisal Specialist Hospital, Military Hospital, National Guard, Security Forces Hospital, and KKUH, King Khalid University Hospital. The incidence of cancer in Saudi, in 2011 there was a total of 14,776 new cancer patients, 46% affected men and 53 females, for a crude incidence rate of 65 per 100,000 population, and the age standardized rate 78.8 and 90.1 per 100,000 population. Here is a comparison of cancer incidence between males in Saudi and other countries. As we can see, in Ireland it is the highest, almost 700 cases, and Saudi is down in the list. For females, America was leading by nearly 400 plus cases. Again, Saudi is low. Qatar actually was leading the Gulf region by cancer incidence. Could be due to probably efficient reporting of cases. CNS tumors in Saudi Arabia, there was a total of 269 new cases. Brain tumors actually accounted for 2.5% of all cancers, and in the States it's only 2%, so we are close to those numbers. And for adults, it came in the 14th most common sites overall, and in pediatric was the 2nd. As we can see, this is a list of the most common cancers. Breast is in the top, brain is in the 14th for adults, and for pediatrics the 2nd after leukemia. The crude and the age standardized rate was nearly consistent over the years for brain tumors in general, from 2003 till 2011. And we see that Norway is leading CNS tumors in general. Saudi Arabia is down in the bottom with only 1.2 and 2.2 ASR. So high-grade glioma, glioblastoma, in total we had 99 cases for a rate of 36.8%, and anaplastic astro 9 for 3.3, a total of 40% of the cases in CNS tumors in Saudi. Here is a breakdown of the registry showing the ICD coding and the diagnostic morphologies, also the cases. As we can see, the glioma and the glioblastoma and anaplastic astrocytoma. With regards to children, there were 4 cases in pediatric glioblastoma and 1 case of anaplastic astro, accounting for around 15% of all CNS tumors. Here is a breakdown. Medulloblastoma is the highest, and the glioblastoma and anaplastic, as I mentioned. So in summary, there were 14,776 new cancer cases. 2.5% of them were CNS. A total of 40% high-grade gliomas, 108 patients, and in children, 15% high-grade gliomas in children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Balbaid.